Today, we are going to be looking at the brand new update to the advisor strategy from Claude platform. So this is basically a way of pairing Opus as an advisor with Sonnet or Haiku as an implementer, right? And so what this means is basically it's going to use less tokens. So if you're using Claude for a strategy where you have the advisor strategy running, this basically makes the token usage way lower, which means your AI agents are way cheaper. So that's what we're going to be running through today. It just dropped a few hours ago, and I'm excited to test this out. This is Claude Advisor. Let's see how it performs. So basically, to set this up, you add the advisor tool to your messages API call. And then when your Sonnet or Haiku agent hits a hard decision mid-run, it consults Opus, gets a plan, and continues, right? So basically, it can keep going. And if you look at this, you've got, like, for example, the implementer as Sonnet, right? Then you got the advisor as Opus. So that's the brain, basically advising your AI agents. And so the loop is basically like the executor, which is Sonnet, that calls the advisor, which is Opus, on demand. And then it's also got shared context, right? And so the advisor and the executor can use a shared context from your conversation, your tools, and your history. So tools could be, for example, like using a second memory, like, for example, Obsidian or something like that, right? And so this is pretty interesting because in evaluations, Sonnet with an Opus advisor is way smarter as well. So not only do you use less tokens per task, but additionally, when you're doing this, you get a smarter output from Sonnet. So you can make Sonnet better and smarter with Opus as an advisor in your workflow, which is pretty nice. Now, this is available in beta on the Claude platform. Let's find out more here. So this is the full guide on their website, the official guide. And basically what you're doing here is you're giving your AI agents an intelligence boost, right? You're boosting their IQ by doing this. And bear in mind, like, you don't have to use Sonnet here. You could also use Haiku, which is even cheaper. It depends on the workflow that you're using. But basically, if you're using something where you're like, wow, this is absolutely rinsing the credits, well, this might be a better way and a better optimization strategy to do this. Let's see what we got here. For example, Pretty says, I hit my usage early for the first time. It happens. It happens. And so this is a strategy to get around it, right? So developers who want to better balance intelligence and cost have converged on what we call the advisor strategy. And by the way, I think I've seen this being used across like a few other agents. Like, people have been talking about it for OpenClaw and also for Hermes as well. So you could probably use the same strategy, not just inside Claude, but also inside, for example, something like Hermes or OpenClaw, right? It's the same sort of strategy, the advisor strategy, right? And so you can see here, for example, this is Sonnet 4.6 solo, right? So this is Sonnet 4.6